Welcome to the party, pal. Your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos back with you once again to discuss some boutique Blu-ray news, specifically two labels that we talk about quite often here on the channel, Vinegar Syndrome and Severin Films. They've each individually dropped releases for separate months. Vinegar Syndrome for July 2021, Severin for September 2021. We'll go into detail on all those releases, all 8 of them. I say 8 because I'm going to mention a partner label for Vinegar Syndrome. But stay tuned for a lot of information. Let's jump right into the site. I don't want to waste too much of your time. This is the lineup for July 2021. You can get them in a bundle here for $80. Save a little bit of dough there. Let's look at the films individually. First up, Through the Fire. Now, I'm not familiar with, I'm familiar with one of them, but I'm not familiar with this movie or the other one that we'll be talking about. But out of the 3, there's one that I think I've seen, but I do not recall. Through the Fire. This is limited to 5,000 in terms of slipcover, so keep that in mind. Slipcover looks interesting. Looks like that's like a picture. It's reminiscent of Incubus, I think. I do like this kind of. It looks like it's a mixture of photorealistic and then obvious cartoony elements. I know nothing about it. Let's find out what the heck this movie's about together. After finding a strange-looking amulet, a young woman mysteriously vanishes. Her sister Sandra, finding the police to be little help, turns to a rogue officer named Nick, who senses that something evil is afoot. However, the strange disappearance is only the beginning of a horrifying nightmare. Good. As a satanic sect who worships the god Moloch are determined to do anything in their power to retrieve the ancient amulet as a means of bringing their unholy master to life and ushering in hell on earth. It's up to Nick and Tamara to face off against not only the murderous cult, but their monstrous deity. A low-budget, high-ambition, Texas-shot satanic thriller, Gary Markham's Through the Fire, which was released on VHS under the wildly misleading title The Gates of Hell Part 2. Oh, so we reverse engineered the Italian way to do it. That's cool. Blends lo-fi special effects with a grimy southern regional flavor. Starring Tom, nobody knows, and prolific character actor John S. Davies, who was apparently in RoboCop. Vinegar Syndrome brings this southern fried piece of 80s horror to Blu-ray, restored from the 35mm negative on 2K. Interesting, 1988, 88 minutes, region-free, so that's cool for all my homies across the pond. Region-free, commentary track with the director, an interview with the director and the producer. Looks like an interview with the special effects guys. An alternate feature-length version, Gates of Hell Part 2, Dead Awakening, sourced from the video. So you get 2 versions of the movie, for better or worse. And then you get a commentary track from the director and sim producer. And the editor, moderated by the editor, I should say. I'm sorry, and the editor, moderated by Zach Carlson for Gates of Hell 2. And a behind-the-scenes special effects video footage. Interesting. It's interesting that this wasn't in the, the Homegrown Horrors box set. I wonder why this was not in that, because that sounds like exactly like a Homegrown Horrors type of movie. Anyway, Through the Fire. It sounds interesting. Satanic thriller. I'm in it to win it. The Lamp. This is the one I'm familiar with, but I'm familiar with it as The Outing. I'm pretty sure I've seen it, but I honestly cannot recall. Make a wish if you dare. That guy looks like he's having a bad day. All right, let's find out. Limited to 5,000 for slip. That'll hold definitely till Black Friday, so nobody has to panic. After a group of thieves decide to ransack the home of a strange old gypsy woman, murdering her in the process, they unwittingly free a vengeful genie named Jinn, who has been held captive for centuries in an ancient oil lamp. This sounds like Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama. Have you guys seen that? That's a good movie. Soon after, the lamp is acquired by a local museum. But as Alex Wallace, daughter of the museum's curator, decides to sneak a group of her friends into the museum after hours for a night of partying, she doesn't realize that Jinn is looking for a new keeper, and that Alex is the perfect vessel to carry out the genie's diabolical actions. Interesting use of word. Primed with an assortment of gruesome deaths and a very dark sense of humor, Tom Daly's The Lamp, aka The Outing, is another Texas movie. Wild Texas-lensed mid-80s supernatural horror gem, starring Deborah Winters, James Huston, however he pronounces it, and featuring the voice of cult actor Jackson Bostwick. I guess he was Shazam. As the voice of the murderous genie Jinn, Vinegar Syndrome is delighted to resurrect the lamp on Blu-ray, 2K restored. All right, let's take a look at. Oh, by the way, there's some extras here I should probably mention. There's a restoration of the Never on Video 92-minute cut and an extended making of documentary featuring new interviews with the cast and crew. Oh, okay, so it's an extended version. Interesting. 92 minutes, 1987. Region A, so keep that in mind, everybody. Everybody who's not in the U.S. All in the family taking an outing in the lamp, an extended making of documentary with the producer, everybody, the cast, all that stuff. Commentary track with the writer-producer Warren Chaney, and a couple of the actors. Moderated by Zach Carlson. Excellent. So you get a handful of features here. You got the extended of making of documentary for people who really want to dive deep into this movie. I'm hoping it's good. I don't remember it too well. I'm pretty sure I've seen it as the outing. I don't think I had the Scream Factory release. But dang, sure, I'll take it. I'll watch that. Next up, Killer's Delight. Now, this one, I'll be honest, doesn't sound like my cup of coffee. But it may surprise me. 5 girls this week. How many next week? Well, he's got to at least beat, he's got to at least beat 5, or he's going to be a puss. 5,000 units for the slip. What is this little ditty about? An unknown killer has been stalking Northern California, picking up innocent young women in his van and then brutally torturing and murdering them. Hooray! Leaving their mutilated bodies in a nearby woods. Sergeant Vince DiCarlo, no relation to Yvonne DiCarlo, has been assigned to the case, but finds himself with almost nothing to go on, that is, until the murderer begins picking up teenage girls who frequent a local public pool. Okay? With the aid of psychologist Carol Thompson, DiCarlo begins to devise a plan to lure the killer into the open. Okay, seems like a police procedural, serial killer type movie. Something along the lines of Hit You in the Dark, which I was not a fan of, but hopefully this one at least brings the meat. You know what I mean? We need that meat. More than slightly inspired by the then hot case of notorious serial killer Ted Bundy, Jeremy Honak's Killer's Delight, originally shot as The Sport Killer and later re-released as The Dark Ride, is an intriguing mix of proto-slasher and detective drama, which stars prolific TV actor James Louisi, not familiar with him, alongside Golden Globe nominees Susan Sullivan, John Carlin, and genre film character actor George Buckflower. I love George. He's awesome. Vinegar Syndrome brings this gritty true crime thriller on Blu-ray in 4K restored from the 35mm negative. Nice. 1978, 86 minutes. This is region free, so that's nice. You get commentary track with the director, interview with the director, interview with the writer. Interesting, written by a woman. That's quite interesting. New interview with cinematographer Arthur R. Botham, and a new interview with actor Martin Spear. And let me just clarify what I mean by written by a woman, because you don't see this type of movie, American movie, written by women. So it's very interesting. So I would love to see their perspective on a, vicious serial killer of women. I think men get painted unfairly sometimes when they write vicious movies that they hate women. So it's interesting to see this type of movie written by a woman. I think that's quite unique. Killer's Delight. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I don't know. Honestly, I think The Lamp is probably the one I'm gonna like the most this month. But it's up in the air, man. It's a crapshoot. You never know you can never second guess these titles. I think Killer's Delight is probably gonna be my least favorite, and then Through the Fire sort of falls in the middle. But I think The Lamp's gonna be the winner this month for me. Stay tuned for the Master Chaos Theater reviews. They are incoming as soon as I have these in my grubby little mitts. Now, I did want to mention a partner label. Something came out that really blew my mind. There are some partner labels. I'll just mention them real briefly. Starting from down here, you got Awaken from Gunpowder and Sky. It's kind of like a Baraka kind of movie where it's just like beautiful imagery and things like that. It's kind of like it's something you get high to. Sound and Fury is another coming of age movie. I'm not familiar with that one. Rancho Deluxe is the next Fun City Editions movie. That one doesn't sound up my alley. I'll have to do some research. I don't know very much about it. Utopia put out Golden Arm. which is a female arm wrestling movie, so kind of a female over the top. Cool slip, but I mean, probably not something I'm gonna reach out and get. What I am gonna get, and it is the most expensive one, well, next to Awaken, is Deadlock. Why is it expensive? Well, it's 4K. This is a new partner label that they've added, and subscribers can get 50% off. The slip is limited to 2,000, so this will go fast. And it's a 4K. This is the only 4K of the month, by the way. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I think Awaken is 4K. Anyway, check this out. Subculture is a German-based home video company devoted to restoring and re-releasing genre cinema in the best possible editions, running the gamut from grindhouse classics like Switchblade Sisters to more contemporary genre oddities like Silent Trigger and impressive restoration jobs like Bloody Friday. So this is their new partner team-up situation going on, and this is their first release. I'm looking forward to more from these people. This is the plot of what the fuck is the movie called? Deadlock, right? I completely blanked out on the name. Deadlock. The young bank robber kid staggers exhausted across an inhospitable screen in the middle of the blazing furnace of a desert. Wow, what? That's a hell of a sentence. All he has is a filthy suit, a machine gun, and a suitcase full of money, and a bullet stuck in his arm. Due to the loss of blood, he collapses unconscious in the scorching wasteland. That's how former warden Charles Dump, a greedy, devious coward who senses a very big opportunity, finds him. Instead of removing the bullet, he speculates that kid will die in agony from the gangrene, and a murderous game of cat and mouse ensues between the two opponents. Pardon me, I am fighting a sore throat. So I do apologize. But the tide turns for the worse when a short time later, the sadistic killer, Mr. Sunshine, appears on the scene, who has arranged with Kid to hand over the money, and Sunshine has no intentions of sharing the loot. That sounds fucking amazing. That sounds amazing. Mario Adorf is in this. I'm a big Mario Adorf fan. I think he's fantastic. Such a fan. So I'll get it just for him. Here are the goodies. Region-free 4K. And looks like a region-free Blu-ray. Let's see. You got HDR. Audio commentary with the directors. The director, I guess, I don't know who Ulrich von Berg is. Maybe he's the director too? No, I don't know who that is. But Ulrich von Berg is on it. Video interview with Roland Klick. German ending with dedication. And English opening and insert English ending with dedication. I guess they switched it out. Awesome. You know, a little low on special features, but for me, it's all about the movie, and Deadlock sounds amazing. I love the slip. I think that's really cool. That's got to be Kid, and that's got to be Dump, my buddy, Mario Adorf. What a good actor. Shit, man. I'm getting this. $38, but I get 50% off. Actually, it'll be $30 then, because SRP is 60. So $30. Well, I mean, it's not gonna get any cheaper, and I want that slip, so I'm gonna grab that for sure. Okay, so that's it. Those are the 4 titles I wanted to spotlight for Vinegar Syndrome, but we are far from done, Honey Bun. Oh, also they put this out, but this sold out already. A variant of the Vinegarland print, but that sold out super fast. And then that's it. All right, let's switch on over to Severin. Severin dropped a couple of very strange announcements. And I'm curious what you guys think about it. It comes in a bundle for $100, which makes every movie about $25. I don't know. I don't know if you get free shipping with that, but if you want them all, that's the way to go. Let's start off with the biggest surprise, which I think a lot of us were really taken aback by. This Drop Dead fucking Fred. Wow, Drop Dead Fred. This is a Severin Kids edition. If you guys don't remember Drop Dead Fred, it's this movie. Yeah. I'm probably going to grab this anyway. For a sale. I'm waiting for a sale for all of these, honestly, because I don't... $28 for Drop Dead Fred? Nah, man. I can wait on that. Phoebe Cates is really the only reason I'm getting it. If Phoebe wasn't in it, I wouldn't give a shit. Let's hear a little more about it. What was once called Fiendish, an obnoxious boil, and easily one of the worst films I've ever seen, Gene Siskel said that, is today hailed as genius, a feminist masterpiece, okay, and an unapologetically weird classic. With her adult life falling apart, a distraught woman, Phoebe Cates, accidentally unleashes her imaginary childhood friend, drop-dead Fred, the late great Rick Mayall of The Young Ones, in his sole U.S. comedy feature, to wreak booger-flicking, poo-smearing vengeance on those who've wronged her. Wow. Starring Marsha Mason, Tim Matheson, and Carrie Fisher. They co-star in this untouchable post-punk classic. Woo! Scanned in 2K with all new special features for the first time in America. Let's check out these special features. First of all, you get a goddamn booklet. That's new. A booklet with text interview featuring the lovely Phoebe Cates. I wonder. I mean, it must have been an old interview because if they can get her text, why can't they interview her even through Zoom? Anyway, audio commentary of the director, conversation with the director and the producer, conversation with the co-writer, executive producers, and an interview with the visual effects guys, and memories of Snotface, an interview with actress Ashley Peldon. I don't know. I'm guessing she's in the movie, but I don't know. I wish there was maybe a thing on Rick, like if they did something on him, like just like a brief overview of his career. I think that would have been neat. But overall, this looks like a fun buy. Region A. If I were you, I'd wait for a sale though. You know, it'll be 50% off of this. You're still gonna save some money. You know, $17, whatever. That's worth it. That's a fun movie. But you'll have to wait for that sale for next halfway to Black Friday, by the way. It's not going to be available on sale for this coming Black Friday 2021. Next up, the fourth victim. Carol Baker returns to Severin. Region A. Keep that in mind. Let's see. There's Carol. There's a little booty action going on right there. It's a neat. It's right from the movie. There you go. A little sexier on this cover than in real life, but it is what it is. What is this about? I'm not familiar with this movie, and do I need to own it? In this rarely seen but always surprising giallo, made between A Quiet Place to Kill and Knife of Ice, Carol Baker stars as the new bride of a wealthy British playboy, whose 3 previous wives met with suspiciously accidental deaths. All right, it's kind of one of those Rebecca-type movies. I'm already not interested, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Marina Malfatti co-stars in this 1971 Italian-Spanish co-production directed by Eugenio Martin, who's a good director, and co-written by Santiago Moncada, with a score by Piero Umilani. Also known as Death at the Deep End of the Swimming Pool, that's a long title, and The Last Mrs. Anderson. That's a better title. Scanned in 2K. I don't know. Maybe probably not gonna grab this. Eugenio Martin auteur interview with Eugenio Martin's biographer and deleted scene and a trailer. That's it. A Region A. So it's a very special slate. I'm a little burnt down on Carol Baker, to be honest, but that's just me. If you like the Lindsay Baker box set, then this is a no-brainer to pick up. You know, either now or wait for a sale. I would always caution to wait for a sale. Even though I know these guys, I know Severin, I'm going to be honest with you about stuff like, you know, you support them in a sale anyway. You still support them, but you support your wallet even more. Midnight, region free. That's good to hear. This is, I'll tell you right now, it's not a good movie. It is not a good movie, which is unfortunate. Well, it is what it is. I guess all these movies are not necessarily good films. By the way, I don't know if you can hear that. There's ambulance and fire trucks happening. I do apologize for that as well. Let's let it blow over for a second. All right, this is about as good as he's going to get. A decade after co-writing Night of the Living Dead, John Russo gathered members of George Romero's Pittsburgh Cruise to film a new shocker fueled by equal parts of grisly grindhouse jolts and 80s satanic panic. Fleeing her pervy, alcoholic father, Lawrence Tierney, perfect choice, a hitchhiking teen is abducted by a family of crazed, homicidal rednecks for an ordeal of graphic butchery, shag, carpet, and devil worship. John Amplas Martin co-stars in this greasy, grimy, guilty pleasure featuring gore effects by Tom Savini and produced by Sam Sherman, released in some U.S. markets as Backwoods Massacre and seized in the UK as a Section 3 video nasty, now scanned in 4K from the negative of the long-rumored uncut version with all new special features. Now, when I spoke to David Gregory during the Severin sale. He said, next month, I'm going to get a Holy Grail title, a Video Nasty title, and this is it. It's not a good movie, but you know what? If it is the uncut version and cleaned up, I'm going to give it a throw. It gives you a feel what the movie's about. I'm gonna give it a throw, but I'll wait for a sale. None of these have slipcovers. Did you notice that? I wonder why that is. None of these have slipcovers. I wonder if they're just realizing it doesn't do much for sales. That's interesting. Anyway, interview with the writer-director, John Russo. Interview with the producer, Sam Sherman. Interview with the actor, John Amplis. Oh, it's cool to see him. And an interview with Tom Savini. A trailer and more to be continued. I don't know what the C stands for. To be more to come. So there's going to be more on this disc, which is really nice. Here you go. Section 3 Video Nasty on Blu-ray. Let's look at some gore stuff here. Oh yeah, that's a messy one. All right, is this from the Blu-ray? Because I mean, it's probably still gonna have some grain on it because sometimes that's hard to take off. But it looks like a Texas Chainsaw type of movie, for better or worse. Yeah, awesome. I'm probably gonna grab that during the sale. I'll probably grab that during the sale. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys are gonna be picking up Midnight. I know I remember reading the book. I know John Russo published the book, and I remember reading the book, and that one and The Majorettes. That was another one he wrote, and they made a movie about that one as well. I thought the book was okay, but nothing memorable. But I'll probably end up buying this, for $17, come halfway to Black Friday. Most likely, I'll be adding that. Last but not least. I mean, it might be least. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. A Day of Judgment. The night he came to collect his own. His own. So is this like the Reaper? I guess. And that's I guess so. I don't know. Well, let's find out. I'm not familiar with it. Let's learn about it together. From Earl Owensby Studios, the South's biggest producer-distributor of 70s, 80s regional horror and exploitation hits, comes what may be the most obscure and bizarre slasher movie of the entire godless genre. In a 1930s small town rife with lust, corruption, and sin, a mysterious figure wielding a scythe arrives to cut an unholy swath of murder, madness, and moralizing that may lead straight to hell. William Hicks from Death Screams, which is coming out from Arrow, Brownlee Davis, Jerry Rushing from Final Exam, and Harris Bloodworth star in this early 80s oddity, worth seeing as something very different. Produced by Worth Keeter. He did something else, but I'm blanking on what it is. I don't know what this is about. It doesn't. It's interesting. It feels like a demonic revenge movie. It's very interesting. I'm gonna have to wait for reviews on this one. But you got a nice little slice of regional horror. Special features include The Atheist Sin interview with Stephen Thrower, Tales of Judgment interview with Worth Keeter and Tom McIntyre. Interesting. I don't know. It's region free though, so there's that. I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. If anybody knows any better about this one, let me know. I'm very curious. Okay, pal, let's call it a day. Yeah, no slips on these new ones. I wonder why that is. Maybe because these aren't selling as well with the slips on them? I don't know. But yeah, none of the new ones have slips. Unless they start doing, catalog slippage, which they might. Okay, so that has been a look at the new releases for Severin and Vinegar Syndrome. So just to recap, Severin is coming out September 2021. These are available for pre-order. You cannot get these right now. You can get them soon enough. Vinegar Syndrome, you'll get these even sooner. These 3 new titles plus a Deadlock are coming out, I believe. What is the date? July 20-something. Doesn't say. Oh, 27. This will ship July 27. So just keep that in mind. You can order them now, and they'll get to you at the end of the month. And that's a wrap on that. Thank you so much for joining your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos. I do appreciate it. Just a heads up, I'm 2 episodes away from my 1 year daily here on YouTube. Pretty amazing. I almost quit plenty of times, but I didn't. I persevered thanks to my family and my loyal YouTube subscribers, who I like to call my friends. So thank you so much for your support, and onward and forward. Stay tuned for that final episode, which will be dropping on Monday, July 5th. I'm going to be revealing a couple things, namely why my channel is called Master Chaos, why I call myself Master Chaos, and potentially a merch situation. I can't say too much now because I want to keep you on the hook. Sometimes it's all about the merchandise, right? Anyway, my friend, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you do, we'll get to hang out again, and it's been such an honor and a pleasure to do that. So I hope we get to do that real soon. So do hit the subscribe, hit the bell, drop a thumbs up on your way out the door, and we'll talk soon. Your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos loves you very much. As a matter of fact, I love you just the way you are. Take care of yourself. You are important. You're special. You matter. Until we talk, I remain to be continued.